today I'm here to review The Fifth Wave by Yancey. Now, I wasn't even scheduled to read this book during June, and honestly, ever since I bought this book, I've heard so many things about it that I just really wanted to see what it was about, and yeah, that's why I read it. I was gonna read this in July, but I'm glad I read it now because holy crap. Let's talk about The Fifth Wave by Yancey, because I'm sure you guys have heard all about it because it's blowing up everywhere. And I mean everywhere. So first of all, this is The Fifth Wave by Yancey. This is going to be the first in a trilogy, if I am not mistaken, which I am so happy about. I could see it being a great standalone book, and I kind of wanted it to be a standalone book, but then again, I fell in love with these characters and the story so much that I want more, like I need more, like right now. So I'm very happy to say that. I don't know when the second one's going to be out, or even the name of it. First of all, Mr. Yancey, I have never read any of your books before. You, sir, are amazing. Wait, not amazing, spectacular. Wait, not spectacular. Superb. Okay, if you just put all the awesome adjectives in the world, and that explains you, Mr. Yancey, at least for this book. I am so happy to pick this book up, and I just love it so much. Sir, are all the amazing words. Yep. Here on this channel we have a great sense of vocabulary. This book is basically about aliens in a nutshell. And I know what you're thinking. I don't read tons of sci-fi. I believe this book and then the Across the Universe series by Bess Revis have been the only sci-fi books I've ever read. Don't take it as that. If you are not a sci-fi alien lover, as myself, I don't like it as much, you still need to pick up this book. The Fifth Wave is just about that, exactly. It's about the fifth wave of the alien takeover. The aliens have taken over Earth, and in their plan to take over Earth, they've instilled like waves to take over Earth. So the first wave cuts out all technology, like your lights, your phone, your car, everything. So you are living in a prehistoric era, you know. You're gonna have to literally churn that butter. What? I don't even know. The second wave is just that, a tsunami that takes up like all of the coast. Like all the coasts are gone, so I'd be a swimming, folks. Like I'd be gone. I'd be dead, which sucks. Maybe not. Maybe I'd be smart enough to get away from the coast. The wave is a disease and it's gross, it's bloody, it's blah 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 blah. Just read about it. And the fourth wave, it's silencers, which I will leave you guessing on a little bit. I'll go into more detail about it. Before I give out this review, I will spoil the crap out of it, so please do not watch this if you have not read the book. I am sorry. If you have not read the book, stop this video right now and go read it. You will not be sorry you picked it up. I want to guarantee you'll love it, but I can't guarantee that for everybody, but I loved it. I loved it so much. And I definitely recommend you go pick this up and pick up this video when you finish reading the book. Okay, so spoiler warnings. This book takes place from different point of views, but our main point of view, mostly for the most part, is Cassie. We learn that Cassie is a survivor of all waves, and she is alone. She's going through this whole thing alone right now. We learn her story, more about Cassie and how she ended up alone, and what her ultimate quest is, which is ultimately to find her baby brother. Overall, I loved Cassie. Honestly, a lot of my favorite female heroines are strong, no-nonsense, rough around the edges, kind of jagged girls. Like, I like my tough girls for heroines. That's just me. So, of course, I'm gonna love Cassie because she is very tough. She's very rough around the edges. I loved Cassie. Her voice and the way Yancey wrote her, it's just, the way he wrote her is just amazing from hearing her voice. I'm actually just gonna read you guys one of the sections. I'm pretty sure somebody's read this before in the review because it's such an epic quote of the book that I love it. This is referring to her being one of the last people on Earth, maybe, possibly. I may be the last one, but I'm the one still standing. I am the one turning to face the faceless hunter in the woods in an abandoned highway. I am not the one running, but facing. Because if I am the last one, then I am humanity. And if this is humanity's last war, then I am the battlefield. And I believe there's another quote somewhere that I loved so much, and I even say stuff like this on random, like, you know, if I'm gonna go down, it's gonna be like hell, I'm not gonna fight, because that's me. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna fight. I loved Cassie. I love the way Yancey wrote about it. Like, holy crap, I loved Cassie. Cassie gets shot by a silencer, which are pretty much aliens that have they have been like injected into human babies when they were in the mom's, you know, belly, and they don't wake up until, I guess, the aliens come take over. So basically that's what their job is just to take out all the humans, and they're just disguised as humans pretty much. And she gets shot by the silencer, and he runs away, and you think that's it. Like, I honestly thought that she was gonna die, and I was like, what the crap? If she freaking dies in this book, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I thought that. I'm like, if he kills her, this is gonna be it for me, because I didn't know. Like, I was like, maybe she's gonna live, but I'm like, I don't know. But then Cassie wakes up to the guy that saved her, and not just any guy, a guy named Evan, and he was just beautiful and hunky, and I loved him. And at first I was very skeptical to trust this guy, because when you read this book, you just know not to trust anyone. You can't trust anyone. I know this guy, we don't know about him, we don't know where he's from, what's his deal, what's up with that? But then you fall in love with him, and you don't even think about it. Was I the only one that fell in love with him? I hope not. Oh my gosh, the way he is just so, I love Evan. He's very strong-willed, very caring, but he's still got that sense of strong willingness in him, if that makes sense. I just, oh, he swooped in and he took my heart away, skeptical or not. I loved Evan, and I loved Evan and Cassie's chemistry. The way they ebbed and flowed was great. I thought it was just beautiful. You learn more about Evan and all that kind of stuff, and it blew me away. I like had a feeling about Evan, but I wasn't too sure, but I had that feeling, like, you know, you want to accept it, but then you can't. And I really love that about Rick Yancey's writing about this book. He keeps you guessing. Like, he's like, you think you know, but then wait, you don't think you know. But then you're like, maybe. And it's just constant. It was a constant battle for me. I'm like, maybe, yes, no, maybe, no, yeah, maybe, no. And then he's like, bam. And I was like, all right, Mr. Rick Yancey, you got me. Characters in this book, Zombie was amazing. I'm gonna admit right from the front, I pretty much knew who Zombie was. That was just a good guess I had. I kind of figured that coming, so I was happy with who it was. I thought it was a really cool development. The whole Wonderland thing was just epic. Like, the way Rick Yancey introduced it, the way he set it up, the way you think you know about it, and then you don't know about it, and then he slaps you in the face with it, and I'm just like, gosh, you don't think about how things happen. Like, you just are reading and you're accepting, just like the characters, or what is going to happen. You're like, I got this, I understand what we have to do. And then something happens and you're like, holy crap, why didn't I see that earlier? Like, was it, like, what's wrong with me? And you are pretty much feeling exactly the way the characters were. Like, I was just feeling the exact feelings that they were when they found out about things. And I was like, like, you know, it was amazing. I love how Rick Yancey made everything connect at the end. Everybody knew everybody. He made it like a huge circle. And you know what? I loved how they were all tied to pretty much one person, with that person being Sammy, which is Cassie's brother, of course. What a lucky little boy to have such a strong, kick-butt sister and, you know, Zombie fighting after him to protect him and stuff. Like, you're a lucky kid, dude. You just better recognize that. This book was amazing. One of the best endings I've read of a book in a while, honestly. Completely engrossed in it, and I literally could not put it down. Action on action on action on action. I love the romance in it too. Like, it doesn't take up the whole book. It's just like, it's kind of like Divergent in that way. It's mostly action, but it's got enough romance in there for you girls to keep you satisfied, to keep you wanting more, to keep your heart swooning, and I love that. Do you feel a sense of a possible love triangle happening with Cassie and Evan and Ben? I just feel like that. I don't know if I could be wrong, I could be right, I don't know. He's probably going to keep me guessing on that, but I feel like it could possibly happen. I mean, I don't know how that's going to happen, because I mean, who's not going to be Team Evan? Like, get out of here. Not too sure on the love triangle, but if there's one, Team Evan right here, always and forever. Overall, this book was amazing, beyond amazing. Like, holy crap amazing. Like, I can't get over how amazing this was. I am definitely in a book hangover right now. As soon as I read it, I was like, oh, I want to reread it again and again and again. Action and suspense and sci-fi and romance, the writing style. This has been my favorite book of 2013, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna keep you wondering if it has been. This has been my favorite book of 2013, hands down. And quite honestly, I hope it stays that way. I loved this book, and it's gonna take a lot to top this one, guys. Of course, I'm gonna give this book a 5 out of 5. I'm in a book hangover, literally. I want to read action-packed romance books 24/7 now, so any suggestions, anybody, for books like The Fifth Wave? Because I'm feeling a void. If you have not read this book, go read it right now, and if you have read it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, as lengthy as it was, but I will see you guys for a next book review later. Bye.